Federal charges against President-elect Donald Trump, including those related to classified documents and the 2020 election, have been dismissed. Special counsel Jack Smith dismissed the charges after Trump's re-election, citing DOJ policy that bars prosecuting sitting presidents. This policy, designed to avoid interfering with presidential duties, effectively ends both cases. Trump announced plans for a 25% tariff on all products from Mexico and Canada, citing concerns over illegal immigration and drug trafficking. He also vowed a 10% tariff on Chinese goods, blaming China for failing to curb fentanyl exports. Susan Lawrence, 60, was sentenced to 25 years in prison for fatally shooting her neighbor, Ajike. Owens, a 35-year-old black mother of 4, in Ocala, Florida. The June 2023 shooting occurred during a heated dispute over Owens' children playing near Lawrence's residence. Lawrence shot Owens through her locked door, claiming self-defense, but the jury rejected her argument and convicted her of manslaughter in August 2024. The case highlighted racial tensions, gun violence, and self-defense laws, sparking national protests and debates. Lawrence was known to harass neighborhood children, with witnesses alleging she used racist slurs and threw a roller skate at Owens' son before the shooting. Judge Robert Hodges stated Lawrence acted in anger, not fear, and had ample opportunity to call law enforcement instead of using lethal force. Winter storms are threatening Thanksgiving travel across the U.S., with snow, rain, and freezing conditions expected to disrupt millions of plans. Here's what you need to know. Winter storm warnings stretch from California's Sierra Nevada mountains to the northeast, with heavy snow and freezing rain forecasted. Major travel hubs in New England, the Midwest, and Great Lakes regions face potential delays and dangerous conditions. Nearly 80 million Americans are traveling this week, with road and air traffic exceeding pre-pandemic levels. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday are expected to be the busiest travel days, with heavy rain adding to congestion in cities like New York and Boston. Snow may hit upstate New York, New Hampshire, and Maine, while rain is expected for much of the Northeast. A surge of cold air will follow the holiday weekend, bringing freezing temperatures to Chicago, Pittsburgh, and beyond. After over 30 years in prison, the Menendez brothers, convicted of killing their parents in 1989, could be nearing freedom. A resentencing hearing is set for January 30th, 2025, with Los Angeles DA George Gascon backing their case, citing evidence of abuse and rehabilitation efforts. However, the move faces opposition from some family members who call them cold-blooded murderers. Public interest has reignited, thanks to Netflix series and celebrity support like Kim Kardashian. The brothers claimed self-defense during their trial, alleging years of abuse, though prosecutors argued their motive was a $14 million inheritance. While in prison, they've rehabilitated, marrying, and pursuing education. New DA Nathan Hochman will decide whether to support their resentencing. If denied, clemency or habeas corpus petitions remain possible paths to freedom. Jessica Tisch sworn in as NYPD Commissioner, a historic appointment. Jessica Tisch has been sworn in as the 48th NYPD Commissioner, becoming the second woman to lead the department and the fourth appointee under Mayor Eric Adams. Known for her transformative work in the Department of Sanitation, Tisch brings over 17 years of public service experience, including roles in NYPD technology and counterterrorism. Mayor Adams praised her leadership, calling her battle-tested and capable of driving innovation and safety. Tisch vowed to faithfully serve, highlighting her commitment to reducing crime, improving morale, and enhancing public trust. She aims to inspire future generations to join law enforcement and uphold the NYPD's noble purpose of eliminating fear and disorder. Bird flu found in raw milk sold in California, health officials warn. California health authorities have detected the H5N1 bird flu virus in a batch of unpasteurized milk sold by Raw Farm, prompting an immediate recall of products with a best-by date of November 27, 2024. The virus, typically found in birds, has increasingly been detected in mammals and has infected at least 55 people in the U.S. this year. Health experts stress that consuming raw milk poses significant health risks, including potential exposure to viruses like H5N1, Salmonella, and E. coli. Unlike pasteurized milk, raw milk does not undergo a heat treatment to kill harmful pathogens. Officials are urging consumers to avoid drinking raw milk and to properly handle it to prevent accidental infection. The CDC and health agencies continue to advocate for pasteurization as a critical safety measure. Novo Nordisk has formally petitioned the FDA to ban compounding pharmacies from producing cheaper, unapproved versions of its popular weight loss and diabetes drugs, Wegovy and Ozempic. These medications contain semaglutide, a complex active ingredient. Novo Nordisk argues that compounded versions may contain impurities, incorrect dosages, or even lack semaglutide altogether, posing risks to patient safety. The FDA is assessing Novo Nordisk's petition and has not yet made a final decision. Patients have turned to compounded versions due to intermittent shortages and high costs of the branded drugs. Novo Nordisk and competitor Eli Lilly have worked to increase supply, but still face overwhelming demand. Compounding pharmacies are allowed to produce generics during shortages, but if the FDA removes semaglutide from the shortage list, compounding will be restricted. Novo Nordisk has filed over 50 lawsuits to curb the production of unauthorized semaglutide copies. Many patients rely on cheaper compounded versions due to lack of insurance coverage for the branded drugs. The potential ban could limit access, leaving patients with costlier FDA-approved options or no treatment. Eli Lilly, a competitor, has faced similar issues with its obesity and diabetes treatments. Analysts estimate that over 2 million Americans may be using compounded versions of weight loss drugs, highlighting the financial and accessibility challenges. Israel and Hezbollah. Ceasefire deal near completion amid intense conflict. Israel and Hezbollah are reportedly close to agreeing on a 60-day ceasefire deal to end ongoing hostilities in southern Lebanon. The deal, backed by U.S. and French mediation, involves the withdrawal of Israeli forces, an increased Lebanese army presence, and monitoring by a 5-country committee chaired by the U.S. Despite escalated attacks, over 250 rockets fired from Lebanon into Israel on Sunday and heavy Israeli airstrikes in Beirut. Negotiations have advanced, with Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu supporting the deal in principle. Challenges remain, including opposition from Israeli hardliners and concerns over long-term enforcement. The conflict, which began in October 2023, has displaced over 1 million people in Lebanon and caused significant casualties on both sides.